I'm an advocate for pushing Africa forward, especially Ghana, since I am from Ghana, and I'm an advocate for positivity. But something kind of bothers me. Now, some women seem to be creating a culture for those women who say, or who may say, I'm not expecting anyone to see me as a role model. Know that so far as you are in the public eye, so far as you are a public figure, irrespective of what you do, you automatically become some girl's role model, some girl's icon or idol. Good afternoon, hope you're having an amazing Sunday. I'm definitely having a productive one. I just came back from a casting. No, I wasn't modelling. I was actually just doing some work there. As you do, you work. And I couldn't help but think about something that irks me to the core. Social media stars, not all of them, but some of them. And I will mention one name in particular so you will know exactly why. I believe that people change cultures and people create cultures. And some of these social media stars seem to be creating this culture where they lead people to believe, unintentionally or intentionally, lead people, especially young girls, to believe that intellect is no longer a necessity. So you can become famous off of being an airhead or superficial or fabricating stories about people like they've raped you. Ridiculous, right? I can't help but consider our ancestors like Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks, Madam C.J. Walker, and more, of course, whose spirits may feel as though they struggled in vain for women to not use their intellect, use their wisdom, their knowledge, strive for excellence in their chosen fields, instead of saying that they slept with one actor or two actors, insulting people, hoping that their relationships will fail because their acting career, I guess, isn't thriving. Well, maybe you should focus more on that than you do talking about other people and their lives. Rosemond Brown is the person I'm speaking about in particular, who says that she is an international star, or she's now, international. She's become a household name in Ghana. I have nothing against her as a person because I don't know her personally, but what I do feel very strongly about is about the negative comments she makes, and the fact that she says them to become famous just shows that maybe she should be using the money she earns to invest in some tuition, employ a tutor, seek knowledge. I mean, that is what is important, instead of, let's talk about medical, for example, posting a clip saying that he practically raped you, because I know you think things like this will further your name, but bear in mind that whether you like it or not, whether you've considered it or not, and I'm sure you probably actually haven't, like, at all, but there are young girls who look up to you as their role model, and they're not looking at you and thinking, oh my gosh, she's so pretty and she's striving in her field and, she's pursuing her dreams and her passions. They're looking at you and thinking, I can become really famous, just insulting people for no reason, just because I want to become popular. I would like people to make me feel validated and important because my self-esteem is so low, and I want to feel so important that I need millions or thousands of strangers to like my pictures and, comment and make me feel really good about myself. That in itself is quite worrying, but let's forget about that. I don't blame you, Rosemond, for becoming famous. I blame the media who feed off of this stupidity, because what they're doing is that they're using you. You see, if they talk about what's trending and what's popular and what's hot at the moment, which for some reason seems to be you, it drives traffic to their websites, to their vlogs, to their pages, and that's fine. See, I'm doing this to chastise and to advise. Take a look at women who young girls should see as an inspiration, role models, leaders: Sophia Akufo, Emma Tando, Delay, Yvonne Nelson, Yvonne Okoro, Sandra Nkombia. Women in various fields, but successful nevertheless. We have international women like Oprah. We have Iman. We have Janice Bryant Howard. These are entrepreneurs, and there are so many other successful black women. We have Adot Osakwe. We have Efia Osei, Yasmin Bello Asaji, and these are women in their 20s and their 30s. They are co-founders of She Leads Africa, and there are so many more women that I can call upon and say they are famous and they have every reason to be an inspiration to young girls. And then we have Rosemond Brown, a slightly older version of Rashida Black Beauty, who was also hailed by the media in Ghana and dropped ever so quickly. And I get the feeling that this will happen to Rosemond Brown as well, unless her foundation is a lot stronger. What I mean by that is that she invests any money that she's made off of men or off of her movies into maybe a tutor to educate herself. She talks about you, Rosemond, talk about your English not being so refined. Well, it doesn't have to be. It's not your mother tongue. Maybe focus on tree. Regardless of that, I'm sure you've seen the clip of a young girl. I think she's about 6-year-old. Her face was censored by a guardian or a carer that was with her. And she stated that a pastor, well, an alleged pastor, molested her. And then a few weeks later, you hear Rosemond Brown stating that medical practically raped her. Now, not only are you insensitive, not only are you not wise, not only do you not think before you speak, but you are so uneducated that you think a topic such as rape is humorous. Now, I know you removed the clip, but the fact that you don't think about what you're going to say before you say it, especially with such a sensitive topic such as rape, do you think that if a rape victim or even a rape survivor watched that clip, do you think that they would find you humorous? Because I certainly don't, and I haven't experienced it myself, thank God. But I would advise you to stop these pointless clips. Stop wanting to become famous off of knowing and doing nothing, and maybe focus on your acting career as you said you would do. The point of this message is to encourage young girls to use their minds, not their bodies, not insult people, not try and become famous off of anybody else, but study. If it is your choice to study, if you're academically inclined, or if you have a craft or a trade that you want to pursue, then do that. You young, beautiful, intelligent, strong, resilient queens, you young women who are smart and who know how to get through this life using your brain and not your body, and not riding off the fame of anybody else, to not follow in the footsteps of Rosemond Brown, because it will bring you short-term fame, but nothing long-lasting. There will be no longevity in your industry if you follow in the footsteps of her. Okay? I look forward to seeing the day when you, Rosemond, run into a church, yelling, screaming, falling over on the pulpit, holding onto one of the choristers, asking God why you can't find a good man or a good husband. Just recall the days where you went about, boasting that you had slept with various men. 24, I believe, or did you just date those 24? Regardless, just remember those days and try not to blame God for you not finding a good man.